Yo, 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 what's up, what's up, what's up? And welcome aboard Cardboard Sim. It's gonna be a short flight today, but a fun and eventful one at that. We are headed to Rapid City, South Dakota, where my Air Force career all started. Prior to landing at Rapid City Airport, I'm going to take a small detour up into the Black Hills, where we will tour what's the word I'm looking for? Mount Rushmore. There we go. So we're going to take a look at that and head on over and land. So it's going to be a pretty short night tonight compared to others. But nonetheless, we are going to have some fun. Today I have weather set to clear just so that we can actually see Mount Rushmore. And I did add something. I did add FS Realistic Pro. So I've been tinkering with it a little bit. I don't have the settings dialed in exactly how I want, but I'm just playing around with it for now. I'll eventually get it the way I want. So let's go to the chat real quick before we get this thing started. Yo, yo, Val, what's up, my mans? Norn, what do you do? Jimmy, how goes it, man? Yo, Bunny, what do you do? Yeah, Val, we're gonna go look at these whiteheads of ours here in South Dakota. I tell you what, man, I've been up to Mount Rushmore, I don't know, at least a good handful of times, and the first time you go and see, it is a sight to see. I'm not gonna lie, it is definitely a it doesn't look real, but the level of detail, I guess you could say, I mean, they did an awesome job. And then, you know, just the drive going up into the Black Hills to see it, you know, is another thing, another sight to see. And you know, you got the amphitheater down there at the bottom of the mountain, and it's pretty nice. I can't complain. So I haven't seen it in the sim, so it's gonna be the first for me as well. Fly girl, what it is? It is a beautiful thing to see. It's a lot more beautiful when it's warm outside. Oh, going up there to see it when it's cold, man, it can be a rough one. All right, so let's get this thing cranked up and let's get this thing on the road, shall we? Power is good. We got brakes set. Power is coming in. And we have a good start. Turn movements down or off since you're in an enclosed cockpit. I do have a little bit of the movement on. I was messing with it a little bit. I might end up turning them completely off. Just depends on how bad my landing is today. It should be very good. Oh, speaking of, so yesterday I was speaking on what my settings were. I actually had everything full tilt yesterday. So that was everything to the max. So So what I did was, I had dialed it back, and it was still acting funny. So I'm like, you know, I was doing a lot of changes and this and that, and sometimes when you're doing constant changes, it'll flood the system and it just can't think straight. So I did a fresh reboot on the system, and we are still flying at full tilt, and things are running a lot smoother. So I don't know. I'm gonna do a few more runs with this, and if everything still runs the same over the next, you know, few flights, then I'm going to probably, once we are done with the tour, I'm going to do another sim setting for those who would like to test my settings out and see how it goes. And I mean, really, you know, my settings ain't really nothing really set. Everything is the max, and then a few things that I've changed within the NVIDIA control panel. So anybody that's running triple monitors and all that stuff, it might help, it might not. It just depends on what you're running. Okay, so let's I mean, weather's clear, so we don't really need to get no weather, so we will just take off here. Get back down here to where we're at here. Let's see. We could do a we'll take off runway 30 and head north. Cool. But let's at least get our CTAF of 1228 in, and we'll get center in on 12795 after we get airborne. I actually might not even add them. I might not. I don't know. We'll see. I might add them. I might bring them aboard. We'll see. Okay. Oh, that's good stuff, Jimmy. I appreciate it, man. I'm gonna have a big grin on my face when I get it. Oh man, that's gonna be awesome. I can't wait. When are you gonna get yours installed? Alright, so let's get some beacon and nav going. The temps are good, so we don't need PDOT. Let's check the surfaces real quick. That goes up, that goes down, that goes up, that goes down. Everything feels good there. Okay, cool. Actually, we do, however, need to at least get our barometer 3018. Okay. All right. Let's get this thing rolling. Get some taxi lights on. Brake check is good. Schedule on traffic. Bonanza 424 Romeo Papa is taxiing to runway 30. Shadow on traffic. How goes it, Ben? How you doing today, my mans? Oh yeah, when I get it, I will definitely reach out to you, Jimmy. That is for certain. Alright, first notch of flaps is coming in. Get a little bit of trim set. And we're going 3-0. Actually, let's get a 339 heading going in for starters. Yeah, I'm actually shocked at how well it's performing in full settings. I mean, I have been for the last solid week putting in a lot of hours of just tweaking settings and figuring out what works and what doesn't and what causes this thing to really tick the way it do. Alright. Chevron traffic, Bonanza 424, Romeo Papa is taking off runway 30. Chevron traffic. Alright. Let's get it. Line her up. And we're off. A little bit of right rudder as always. Airspeed is alive. Looking for 60. There's 60. Positive brake. Gear is coming up. And a right turn out. Flaps coming up. Chevron traffic, Bonanza 424, Romeo Papa is turning right, crosswind, departing to the north. Final call, Chevron traffic. All right. Beautiful, I must say. And on this route, let me see, Mount Rushmore sits at 5,659 feet. So we'll go 6,000 initially. Go nav. So another thing that I've done, because at one point I decided to stop using map enhancement and just use, you know, FS2020 map engines, of course. I decided to go back to map enhancement just because it just gives a more realistic effect to the ground. I mean, and not to say that, you know, the photogrammetry and and the default, you know, in the sim itself is bad. But it just seems I don't know, it's just more detailed. The colors are there a lot more. So that's where we at with that. And we can see the Black Hills way out in front of us. So we're not that far. I think this leg to Mount Rushmore is not, oh, let me see, 65 nautical miles to Mount Rushmore, and then it's going to be 20 miles to the airport. So all right, let's go to the chat, shall we? The sneezing in FS Realistic catching me off guard always scares me. Yeah, I turn that stuff off. I'm not gonna have me in here looking around like there's something else going on in my plane. I mess around and tear this whole sim apart. Oh man. Doing some mission work in FS24, flying from Quebec to Maryland. Ooh, that's a nice little ride there. Started doing some drawings for the build. Ooh, okay. I love seeing the cooks. Flew into Salem last night with 800 overcast and a half-mile visibility. Avionics shop says that the plane will be ready Friday. I will believe it when I see it. Oh man, that was some crazy weather going in there into Salem. Half-mile visibility, 800 overcast, man. You shoot. That's rough right there. I mean, Friday's what's today? Monday. So that gives them what, 4 days? Roughly. like taking your car to the car shop. Oh yeah, well once we get started it shouldn't take no time, and then 3 weeks later they still beating on the same boat. That's a new sound on the gear coming up. Don't ask me. Well, it is, as far as FS Realistic goes. There's a setting that I saw, something about the gear, and I just kind of cranked the sound up a little bit more. Now I'm trying to get the indicators dimmable in the sim with mobiflight. Okay. Now I know that was the one thing that, like I said, I never got it to a point where I could dim them. But if you go in, like when you go into your output settings and you click on, you know, whatever light you want to add, right below that you'll see PWM and it'll say like 0 to 255 or something like that. And then you can, like, if you check the box, it'll dim the lights. If you uncheck it, then it'll, you know, give it its full lighting, I guess you can say. That was about as much as I could do with it. Done sold my first plane for my company and haven't been able to afford one. I have almost 100% rating, so now it's the grind for money. Ag, Ben, you flipping birds already. 2AB medium cargo missions are what I'm doing now. Yeah. What kind of bugs does the 408 and the King Air have been? They did the P-Dot static today. Passed with flying colors. Oh, that's good. Now I want it on the encoder. Yeah, that's the thing right there. I might do some digging tonight. I know Sebastian, he spoke briefly about it in one of his videos. I might have to go back and revisit that one. I don't remember exactly which one it is, but when I find it, I'll send the link or I'll drop the link in the Discord so you can go take a look at it. So I know it's probably a simple thing. I just didn't, I was just so excited to get the lights to work. I could really care less about being able to dim it and all that. It was always in the back of my mind, but never got around to actually continuing on that project. The autopilot doesn't work on the King Air. Oh, well, that's a big no-no. It has an issue where when you manually put it in the transponder code, it inputs double digits, so you can't manually tune it. Oh Lord. Well, I will rock with FS2020 until. Well, I ain't gonna say that because, like I said, it's not like I'm really about to be flying any of those. This bird is already loaded in FS2024. I mean, it was a simple drag and drop over into the community folder, and yeah. So I'm just waiting on Sim Innovations to do their thing with Air Manager app, and I'll be ready to do my initial flight in the sim. Well, I won't say it. It'll be the initial flight on the channel, shall I say? Once that's completed. With the glare shield is easy, but to have the switch turn it on and then have all the indicators dim at the same time is what is next. So I wonder if so are you gonna have a switch to power the lights and then have an encoder to do the dimming, or you're trying to do have the encoder be able to, like if you go all the way to the left, once you get to a certain point, it'll turn the lights off, and if you turn it, one click to the right, it'll turn them on, and then you can dim it from that point. Tried to fly the King Air from Kentucky to Texas. Got to Little Rock and just lost all lift, and I couldn't recover them. Oh man. Ooh, that's a rough one right there. Yeah, I'd have had to find the nearest airport and bring her on down. We'll try this. We'll pick this mission back up tomorrow. That's a big bird to manhandle all the way from Kentucky to Texas. Got Hot Springs Municipal somewhere off to our left here. See the lake. See the road. Oh, there it is. All the indicators are on switches like the P.E fuel pump gear pressure charger, but they are on 12-volt auto LEDs. Now I want to dim all of them with one encoder. Okay. So, so you just have to pretty much daisy chain 12 volts to the encoder, and then from there well, actually, well, yeah. So what you will run 12 volts to the encoder. You know, you run your 12 volts in your ground, and then you'll have your inputs. You know, your right input, your left input, running through the MOSFET, and then from there into the Arduino. Correct? Am I saying that right? They are all PWM with the MOSFET. Okay. So what you might have to do, I'm thinking. So you would have to do a sim variable where, I guess depending on, so I think mobiflight reads the PWM from 0 to 255, and then you would have to set a variable between those two numbers that talks to that encoder, and then you'll have to map all of the indicators to that encoder, if that makes sense. In Texas today, take off from Biggs. Oh snap. El Paso. Spent some time down there driving trucks. El Paso is nice. Have you seen the cockpit that Scott takes your hand? Yeah, I saw when he built his. He's got a nice setup. He has a very nice setup. Yeah, I have nothing bad to say about his setup. His setup is actually nice. They will independently turn on and off, but need to be dim all at the same time. You still should. they could still work individually if you're only the encoder is, you just have to map all the indicators, the PWM, to that encoder. But as far as the functionality of the, you know, the lights itself working individually, that can be, you know, doable. You know, like they can work individually but still be powered or dimmable as a unit. That's why I say that's where the sim variable would have to work. Or when you create the encoder input, I think you would have to then go to the output side, create the same, add the same encoder into the output side, so that on the output side, mobiflight can then read the value of the encoder, and then you take the indicators lights and you link them to that encoder value. So as you're turning, and then you can set the values of, you know, that encoder according to, you know, whatever the PWM can handle, and in theory that should be how you work that. You're gonna make me want to try to figure this out. So like for instance, when like all of my indicator lights, they all turn on and off when my battery switch is on. If my battery switch is off, these lights don't work. They don't come on. But as soon as I hit the switch, the lights will come on. If that makes sense. And all I did was I went into I forget the name of it, but what I did was I created something. I had to go back into mobiflight, and all I said was, okay, if when the battery switch value equals 1, then turn on. Or pretty much, if the battery switch equals 1, then the light switch should equal 1, which therefore gives it its power. If the battery switch is not equal to 1, then it shouldn't be on. Okay, let me climb up a little bit more because we're getting a little low here. We are not that far from getting pretty close to Mount Rushmore here. About 10 miles away. So I'm gonna start looking for it here. Man, it's gorgeous. Just like I remember. I need to get my my Orbix Accuseason back up and running. I think when I did some changes or some updates, for some odd reason it's not auto loading because it is winter time and these trees should not be green. Well, I mean, they'll be green, but I should be seeing some discoloration somewhere. You know, the fall colors. Yep. It's crazy. Just past that, it just turns brown. Man, I spent 6 years out here. How did I do it? I know how I did it. I raised my right hand and Uncle Sam said, "You do as I say." That's how I did it. Oh, man. I wonder if, see, if Mount Rushmore is here, then I wonder if the other monument, what was his name? It was Mount Rush. It was the Indian guy. It's been so long. But they was started one, but they're saying that they won't be able to finish it because I guess there's a big crack in the rock where he's standing out and pointing over the land. I can't think of the name of it, but it's not too far from Mount Rushmore. Let's see what you're saying. When we get your panel, then we can work on that. Crazy Horse. Thank you, Jimmy. I could not get it. I don't know why I can remember that. I mean, and that was what, 2000? Let's see, I got to South Dakota in 2004. And I mean, within the 6 years I was there, I mean, and of course they had been working on for years before then. I mean, they've made a lot of progress. I don't know how much progress they've made since, but even still, you know, if you look at the overall, the finished product of what they would like for it to be. Let me take autopilot off and fly for a little bit. It would be a beautiful sight to see if they could pull it off. Who's disconnecting? Somebody disconnected. I don't know who. Yep, you're right, man. Crazy Horse. I wonder if it's actually modeled in the sim. All right, so we're actually coming up on this guy. So are we going over it already? Let me see. Mount Rushmore is right there, so I'm going to take a swing around here. Let's see if I can find it, because according to this, Mount Rushmore is right over. Is that the... Mount Rushmore is right there. Let me swing it around. Not seeing. Keep my bearing around here. Make sure I don't run into no mountain. Should be quite visible, you know, because coming up to it, I didn't see anything. Maybe it was on the other side, and I just, those are the buildings, so it might have been on the other side of that rock, and I just couldn't see it. Yeah, it's got to be Mount Rushmore right here because I see the buildings and the road going up to the mountain. But why don't I see the heads though? should be. Because normally you would come up, the road. So technically this should be Mount Rushmore, but I don't think they modeled Mount Rushmore. That is insane. That should be the mountain right there. The head should be right there. Could you come up here and then this is where you park? Yep, and the head should be right there. So they don't even model it. That's crazy. Well, that's no fun. Yeah, because there's all the rock debris. Oh, FS2020. You did me dirty. Well, I apologize for that, y'all. I thought we was going to see something cool today. Did one of my cameras just go out? Yeah, it looked like it did. Blinking. And you are not blinking. Yeah, let me put this thing back on autopilot here. And we'll just keep her at a small, slight cruise. And there you go. Let me see if I can fix this real quick before we land. I'm gonna have to go do some digging and see if I can find an add-on for Mount Rushmore. That's crazy that they didn't model that. Alright, we should be back up and running now. Alright. We're good there, okay. The view was on president. Oh wow. That's right. Yeah, Fly Girl, that was the mountain. That was the rock that it was sitting on. I guess for some odd reason they didn't put it in. I don't know why. That's insane. I'm gonna see if I can find, like I said, an add-on that I can load that in. Alright, Bunny, I'm gonna go find that. Is that on FlightSim.2? I'm assuming. No, Norn. So I know what the problem is with the cameras. I just been too lazy to go out and get what I need. I need to get another power USB hub. too many cables running into the back of the motherboard, and it can't handle all of this, especially trying to push cameras. So I'll probably get one here soon. Well, we'll take a tour of the rest of this place, of what used to be home for me. Actually, you know what? Let me see. Where is I'm gonna take y'all. Remember when I was telling y'all about this this place called Canyon Lake? It was this lake that I had went to, and I went to go do some paddle boating, and I was trying to feed the bird, and I got, well, what I thought was getting attacked by some geese. Let's head over there real quick. I remember where that's at. So this is Rapid City. Nothing rapid about it. It is small and it is boring. So let's see, there's the hill right here, and it's cool because right on top of this hill up here by these towers here, there was a sky view. And I will say, going up there at nighttime and looking over Rapid City and then watching the B-1s take off from afar at nighttime, it is beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. Canyon Lake is over here. I think that's it right out in front of us. Let's drop on down and say hello, shall we? Yeah, the lake where I had my Toby moment. Exactly, Val. Exactly. Yep, there it is right there. Canyon Lake. Okay, alright. Trying to get down a little bit more. I'll just do a nice slow bank around it. And there it is. Good old Canyon Lake. Yep. So there's the parking lot right there. You go in that building, you get your paddle boats, or you rent your paddle boats out, and then you go over there, and then you have all of that. And you just go out there and just paddle all around and stuff.
Terrain ahead. Terrain ahead.
Yeah, I see the terrain. Yep. Just like the real thing. That's crazy. And I got attacked right there. They waited until they got me out in the middle. And then them jokers came out of the tree lines. Oh, we got somebody out here flying in South Dakota with me? What? They gotta be from around. Oh, that's an F-18. He out there playing at Ellsworth. And then there's a truck stop out here. Cause there's I-90 right there. And there's a truck stop right up here off the exit. And get back up here. So they're not modeling the truck stop, but I know over here by the windmill, that's the truck stop. And then this big building right here is actually a don't know if y'all can see it. Probably not. But that's the car dealership. That's the Chevy dealership. I remember that. Yep. Here's I-90. And the roads aren't that bad. Y'all need to fix that. Yep. Man. Memories, I must say. Memories, I must say. And then if you take it's not that exit, it's this exit up here. Which exit is it? Oh, it's this one. No, it was that one. That was the main drag. Then over here, all of this up here was like Kawasaki and all of that stuff right there. So if you want motorcycles and stuff, you go there. This was another truck stop over here. Y'all, I know I'm just talking. Y'all can't see what I see. I'm just going down memory lane. I apologize. And there is, yeah, all of that right there was Kawasaki and all of that stuff. And then there's a hotel with an indoor water park. Actually, no, the truck stop is right there. Yep. There's the truck stop, and then right across the street was the hotel with the indoor water park. I think it was in Waitiki or something like that. Something to that effect. Yep. That's crazy. Oh yeah, it got real cold up here, Fly Girl. You know all about that. And then, in order to get to the base, you would then take this exit here into Box Elder and take this raggedy road down, and then you'll cross over, and we'll head over here to Ellsworth Air Force Base, where I spent 6 years of my life out here looking at nothing. I'll show you the hangar that I worked out of. Let me see here, where we at? I'll show you where I even parked. Yep. I wish they could model, since since they have like B1s now, it'd be nice if somebody came in and did like a remodel where they had like B1s actually sitting on the ramp at the base. That'd be kind of cool to see. Okay, so let's swing around here. So that's where I parked, and I worked out of that hangar right there. So third hangar, that's where I went to work at, and then this parking lot, that's where I worked out of, or that's where I parked to go into work. Yep, sure did. Let's see if my house is here too. Let's see if I can remember where I lived. Because the base wasn't big at all. Let's see here. So there is
500.
There's the BX, and there's the commissary. And you come all the way down here to this back road. Ooh, you know what? Okay, yep. I'm gonna turn around. I know my house is there. I'm actually kind of having fun. This is crazy. Back down memory lane. Oh man. I think they turned most of the base housing at Ellsworth into civilian housing now. Not all of it, but you know, a majority of it is civilians. So you come down to the end of that road, and then you would make a left, right? Where are we at? There's that. Come down. Make a left. Yeah. Yep. There it is. Right there. Let me slide through here real quick. So make that left, and then 2nd Street down. My house was right there. That was my house that I stayed in. Nope, that one. It was the right one, or the left one, I guess. Ah, that's cool. All right. Well, there's your tour of South Dakota. As you can see, there's really not much going on here. Matter of fact, I'm gonna show you the other house. I lived in this double wide outside the gate. This is where this is where my mom got the first taste of what South Dakota was really about with the weather. As a matter of fact, hold on. I'm coming down this hill right now. I see it right here. Hey, fly girl. Hold on, I'm about to turn this thing around.
500.
There it is right there. Let me get it turned around real quick. We're turning. And then it was crazy because when the B1s would take off, they would take off right over our house out here, man. And I mean, it would just shake you down. All right, fly girl, this one's for you. I'm gonna point her out. There she is right there with the blue roof. That was our house. Remember that trailer? I know you laughing. Had your lips cracked all the way down to nothing. All right. We are going to go land at Rapid City. Let's get some comms over at Rapid City. One 2585. Let's go ahead and squawk. I'm going to squawk a VFR. That's all right. 14.32. We'll go 32. Rapid City Tower, Bonanza 424, Romeo Papa is inbound runway 32, full stop.
Bonanza 424 Romeo, Papa, Rapid City Tower, enter left downwind for runway 32.
Enter left downwind, runway 32, bonanza 424, Romeo Papa. Oh, fly girl, I am hurting on the inside right now. That mess was too funny. Oh, and you gotta know the winds out here in South Dakota are crazy too. It was blowing my mom all over the place. She didn't know what to do with herself. Oh man. Alright, let's get this thing slowed down. Lights are coming on. Speed checks. Gear is coming down. First notch of flaps coming in. Rapid City Tower, bonanza 424, Romeo Papa. Could you give me the current altimeter, please?
Bonanza 4 Romeo Papa, altimeter 29.901.
2991, bonanza 424, Romeo Papa. Thank you.
Bonanza 4 Romeo Papa, winds 310 at 8, runway 32, cleared to land.
Cleared to land, runway 32, bonanza 424, Romeo Papa. We got traffic 100 feet beneath me. Where you at? Alright, let's make this turn here. I don't see nobody. Not the best approach. Kind of cut it short, but that's alright. Second notch of flaps coming in. Is there an airplane 200 feet above? There better not be another airplane landing on top of me. I didn't see one. Alright. Not as greasy, but on the ground. Yeah, I might have to take some of that shaking out there, bunny. I don't like all that extra shaking. Make it look like I'm landing horrible or something. Oh man. Well, there you go, guys and gals. Tell Perry I said what's up, Nor. Alright. And we'll stop right
Bonanza
here.
4 Romeo Papa, contact ground on 121.9er.
Going to 1219er, Bonanza 424, Romeo Papa, good day. Rapid City Ground, Bonanza 424, Romeo Papa is clear, runway 32, looking for GA parking.
Bonanza 424 Romeo Papa, Rapid City Ground, taxi to General Aviation Parking via Alpha 3, Alpha, Golf 1. Have a great day.
Alpha 3, Alpha Golf 1, Bonanza 424, Romeo Papa, good. Alright. So you want me going straight? Why do you want me going over there? That's the DI. Ah, okay, I see what you're saying. But they got a building center. Well, it's alright. We just go this way then. Unless it's behind there, I'm assuming. Well, welcome to Rapid City, South Dakota. Where outdoor dreams are made of. Definitely no concrete jungles here. You got about 3 buildings downtown. Okay. We got a free bird over there, parked at the gate. Gonna find me free bird. I like that song. Oh man, I fell in love with that song from Guitar Hero. So sad, I know. This is where we shall shut down for today. All right. I think there is up in the hills. I know who was telling me. I think you got to go up to like the Sturgis area though. But no, I'm lying. No, they got some up in the Black Hills for sure. They actually have a lot of nice, like, if you really into the outdoor scenery and hiking, like, this is a beautiful place to do so. I mean, there's a lot going on up in the Black Hills. A lot of different hiking routes, paths. Like I said, the bison roundup, that's a cool sight to see. They have this this little like roller coaster. Well, not, it's like a, I don't know what you call it. It's like a sled type of deal where you get on it and then it's like a little car, and then you know you kind of control the steering and the brakes or whatever, and you go down this hill. It's almost like it's like in a big half tube type deal. They have that. They have this it's kind of like a zoo, like an indoor zoo, and they have like all of the, you know, the common creatures and animals that they have, and like they got this one part where you go into this room and then you stick your head up into this glass bowl and you're literally eye level with what do you call those things? Not groundhogs. There's something else. Prairie dog. Yeah, prairie dogs. So it's cool. You stick your head up and then next thing you know, there's like 4 or 5 prairie dogs like just looking at you in your face. They have that thing going on. What else? They got the casinos out at Sturgis Rally. Out at Sturgis. That's a cool place to be. I mean, outside of, you know, the casinos, you know, they got some amazing food out there. They have some good shows. You know, it's an historic town, so you know, a lot of history out there. I know in one of them they have, I couldn't remember if it was the exact car that was used in the Bandit or if it was just a replica, but the Trans Am, the Bandit Trans Am was in there, and whether or not it was the real thing or not, it was still a beautiful thing to look at. So I would definitely, I mean, and if you're into dirt biking and quadding and all of that, you go out to the Badlands. They got this place where a lot of guys take their, you know, quads and all that stuff and jump some hills and stuff like that. Oh yeah, and the crab legs are amazing. I forget what casino it is, but there's a casino that has an all you can eat crab leg and prime ham, I think. I mean, but it's a whole buffet line, but all you can eat crab legs, man. You can get yourself sick eating those things. So I guess that will be it for tonight, everybody. Like I said, it was gonna be a short one. I apologize again for the Mount Rushmore site not being cited as it should. I should have did my research. I would have, you know, I kind of assumed that would have already been in there considering what it is, you know. But I'll get that loaded in and we might revisit this in the future. Shanabana, what it do? How goes it from Greenville? Yeah, Ben. Vacation is definitely a place to be. I would, me personally, I don't like cold like that. So if you really want to enjoy the great outdoors without all the extra snow and all that, yeah, it's definitely a place that, you know, you can definitely get a week's worth out of you know, the sights and sounds out here. There is an old, there's like this hangar or this warehouse. It's like a couple hours away from Rapid City. It's you take 90 east, like you're going towards Sioux Falls, and there's about 200 different cars, like from the past. Like we're talking from the T models all the way up, you know, to, man, you name it. Like they're all classics. That's a nice little spot. I mean, that's about pretty much what to do out there, but you know, you can go in there for a couple hours and just look and stare and reminisce, you know, on those cars. And like I said, I mean, just listening and watching the B1s take off and fly over and stuff like that. And if you're here on a Friday, I mean, they don't do it every Friday, but sometimes you can catch a B1 doing a high speed flyover, and that's crazy. I mean, they literally come down, they get low, and they scream, and then they take that thing straight up in the air. I mean, for something that big to be able to move and maneuver like a fighter, is, yeah, you gotta see it to believe it. Alright, Jimmy, you have a good one. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight. I'll be looking forward for the package on Friday, and I'm gonna do some digging around here tonight and see about what's going on with the PWM and all that good stuff. So, but yeah, Ben, there's a lot more to do. I'm just trying to go off of my memory bank, but there's plenty other things that you can do. And I mean, even if you want to, if you even have more time, you know, you could take the drive out to Wyoming. It's like right there at the border. I can't remember exactly how far the drive is, but you can go out there and look at Devil's Tower. That's a pretty cool sight to see too. Yeah, I mean, it took, by the time I got warmed up, you know, and was like, all right, I'm gonna be here for a little while and let me go ahead and make the best of it. By the time I started getting out and experience South Dakota for what it was, I was getting orders to Germany. So probably a few more things, or a lot more things to do that I didn't do, so, but it's all good. So that is it, y'all. That's all I got for you. Tomorrow we take off here and we head up to Dickinson, North Dakota by request. So that's the plans for tomorrow. I'm gonna go ahead and shut this thing down and tinker with some stuff for a little bit before I call it a night myself. This is Cardboard Sim signing out.